There's a phrase I heard a little while ago. I want y'all to listen to this one. And the children shall lead them. So if y'all ain't on Snapchat, if y'all ain't on Twitter, if y'all ain't on Instagram, and if you are not taking the time to pay attention to the things that our children are paying attention to, check this out. You are doing them a disservice. Let's have another round of applause for Impact. I done got all sweaty and stuff. I forgot who the next person I'm supposed to introduce. Oh, see, that's just disrespectful. Shandu. Name is very familiar. Shandu. Wait a minute. There's a little bit more that I need to say about Shandu. Come on up here. Come on up, gentlemen. Let's see a round of applause. You know, I got you all, Shandu. Marsha Bonner, sir, it's a pleasure to meet you. I got your information a little bit late, so I went on Google and I did some homework. Are you guys paying attention? I sure hope you are.
And I look everybody in the face. I'm not high, I'm not drunk, I'm woke. I'm gangster, but I'm woke as fuck. Was I not supposed to curse in here? I'm sorry. But when I'm talking to my streets, when I'm talking to my young brothers, they understand one energy. One energy is truth. One energy is passion. You ain't gonna sell no story. But if you see them out there and you can talk to them, reach out to them. Somebody talked me down over 15 years ago when I was going to shoot somebody. That's when I knew that this work that I do now was real. But if we are not focused on our kids, if we're not taking one day off of work at the time they're supposed to be in school and getting out of school and seeing where they at, we're going to lose them. If we're working 18 hours a day, they got to be somewhere with somebody doing something. So check out and see what's happening with your kids and take that time out and let them know that you love them. Take that time out to spend that time and get them to understand that people are dying every day. And I'm not telling you just because I'm your mother or your father. I'm telling you because it's real. I love everybody here. Anything I can do to help, reach out to us. Peace.
Can we have another round of applause, please? Next to me, because this is kind of important. There was something that you said that touched me, and I hope it touched you guys too. I hope you're listening. I hope you're listening, right? Is that we don't give up on people, right? We don't give up, right? And I'm going to share something with you real quick, right? This is going to be real quick. Marsha is an African-American business executive, that's me, who specializes in human resources, diversity, inclusion, and equality for over 25 years. Marsha is the Assistant Vice President, that's me, of Human Resources for the New Jersey Performing Arts Center and a Senior Human Resources and Diversity Consultant with MRW Consulting Group, International. Other key positions that I've had include Senior Human Resources Business Partner for the New York Times Company, Director of Human Resources for the Globe.com, and Corporate Recruiter, Human Resources Generalist at the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants. I have a Master's of Science in Organizational Change Management. I have a BA in Corporate Communications with a minor in Writing, and I hold professional certifications from the Society of Human Resource Management and Human Capital Institute.
Okay.
Y'all still listening?
Yeah, come on, come on.
I want y'all to listen. All right? When I say you don't give up on people, I mean that from the bottom of my heart. My name is Marsha Bonner. I'm a blessed, grateful, recovering addict. I'm a blessed, grateful, recovering addict. Right about now, we don't give up on people. I got 28 years clean. We don't give up on people. And I thank you for not giving up on you.
Can I say one thing? One thing, can I say one thing? Yeah. One more thing. That's my mentor, my boy Shandu McFadden. I'm proud to say he made People Magazine. People Magazine. That man made People Magazine. The lady makes you a People Magazine. My boy, my mentor.
People Magazine, we need to say that. It's People Magazine, right? Let's have another round of applause. I sure hope so. Because we are here. Because we care about one another. We are here because we want to give something back to those who have lost others through senseless violence. Let's have another round of applause. So right now I'm going to bring up Marvin Holland, Democratic candidate for City Council, District 9. Welcome, sir.
Good evening, Village. My name is Marvin Holland. I wear several hats. One of the reasons I'm here tonight is on behalf of the Transport Workers Union. We're one of the sponsors of the event. And the first thing I want to do is, thank you, is to shout out Shawana for all the work she's put in to make this happen. Can we please give Shawana a round of applause? I know she wasn't feeling well and she was somewhat stressed as the night was progressing, but as you can see, Shawana, it turned out to be a fabulous event. Once again, my name is Marvin Holland, and I've asked my wife, Carol, and my daughter, Elizabeth, to join me up here. When Shawana asked me to come speak at this event, of course I said yes. You know, you can't say no to Shawana, but it really made me start thinking about my journey in life. And for anyone who's ever lost a loved one, but particularly if that person is your child, it really impacts you differently. And that's one of the reasons I asked my wife and my daughter to join us, because when we lost our son Justin several years ago, and then we came up to Harlem, one of the things that Harlem did for us, because we were really in a dark space, me and my wife at that time, they really kind of gave us put some life back in us and gave us a reason to really go on and live. And so for that, I want to thank the community of Harlem and the village of Harlem for what they've done for me and my family. Harlem is truly a village, and sometimes we don't understand that. And so that's why I want to thank Shawana for making us take a moment to think about the loved ones that we've lost. And to all the people who've been up here on the stage tonight, and particularly the last brother who was up here, I could relate so much to his story, because again, as I said, it's about the journey. I have who I consider my father, but he wasn't my biological father. He's still serving life in prison. And sometimes we don't understand how this stuff really impacts the family and breaks the family up, just like we don't understand the sister's violence and death. If you're not experiencing it, sometimes you don't understand how it's really impacting our entire family. And again, that's why we're here tonight. And just giving somebody a basket, we can't bring back the people you've lost or give you that love back, but a token like a basket or a bag or just someone caring and mentioning that you've lost somebody that's close to you. Because those of us who've lost people close to us, we know we never get over this. Every day I wake up and think about my son. And with that, I would like to see if my wife or my daughter would like to say anything. I'm sure my daughter will. And I just want to say this about my daughter. When I lost my son, Justin, I didn't realize how close her and her sister, my daughter, were. And it's brought us closer together because I didn't realize they spoke every night. And so one of the things I'm going to challenge all the parents here that have siblings, as the brother who was just up here said, take a moment and see how your siblings, your children are interacting with each other. Because sometimes we as parents only look at it one way, but we don't realize the impact this stuff has on the siblings, on our children and the siblings. So with that, I would like to introduce my daughter. And when we lost our son, she was leaving for law school. And I don't know how she went and graduated law school. She's a lawyer now, but it shows how people can soldier on. And with that, I'd like to bring up Elizabeth Holland.
Good evening, everyone. I don't often talk about the loss of my brother. I talk about his life a lot and how he lived, but I don't really talk about losing him. But I feel like in a space like this, it's kind of a safe space where you can talk about this, like we all have that shared experience. So I just want to say violence comes in a lot of different forms, not just bullets. But as I'm sitting here, what I'm thinking about most is how I often see signs of him in my everyday life. And it's really important to focus on what they've left us, whether it be the lessons, like my father said, my brother was the one who drove me down to law school, he moved me into my dorm, and the next semester he was gone, and I didn't think that I could keep going, but I could keep hearing his voice in my mind saying like, you have to do this, you have to finish. And that was what kept me going. And so for those of you who are feeling that missing hole in your heart, which is really what it is, a piece that will never be filled again, try to grab onto the things that they've left you, their voice in your head telling you to keep pushing on. Thank you.
And so in closing, again, I want to thank Kareem and Shawana, and I want to thank the people who are serving the food, because sometimes we forget about all the people who helped put an event together. And this has been a fantastic event. And I just want to say, what drives me to do the work in the community, when you see me out there working with all types of different youth organizations, it's in remembrance of my son, because he's no longer with us in the physical, but he's here in the spirit with us. And thank you. And we're going to continue to try to and continue to work on reducing the violence, particularly the gun violence that goes on in our community. And I just want to say something about the brothers that were up here earlier that are working on the gun, because people, as they talk about the crime being at all-time lows in New York, they don't talk about these brothers and sisters who are on the front line working on this. And it's great that the mayor is recognizing them and allowing them to do their work, but they need even more resources. There needs to be job programs and different things out here to keep people off the streets, and that's what I want to bring to Harlem. So once again, thank you for having me this evening. And God bless all of you. Thank you.
As we try to make sure that we have an opportunity to have all the presenters and all the guests do what it is they came here to do. So at this time, I'd like to bring up Maya, Kyle, and Craig. Please join me on the stage.
Okay, this is called the everybody stand up and stretch. Stand up, stretch. Y'all been sitting, y'all have eaten, y'all have drank. Everybody, look, you know, we ask folks to stand up and stretch. Some folks do, some folks don't. I'm looking at the table right here. Stand up and stretch. Yes, okay. Now, my name is Craig Joseph. My job is simple. I went back to school back in 1998, and I gained an unusual degree. I have a master's degree in fundraising management from the Center of Philanthropy. So I'm the professional asking for all of you all's money. Miles, what are we supposed to do with this morning? What do we need?
Money.
What do we need?
Money.
How much?
Money.
More money.
More money.
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, for the sponsors that have given that you all don't know about, I was minding my own business at Rockefeller Center, and I like great fragrances. And I met Maya, who is just, if you're at Saks Fifth Avenue, go to about maybe 50 feet from Saks Fifth Avenue, in this wonderful little boutique. Now, I said, oh my goodness, this smells so good. Ladies and gentlemen, one of our sponsors, Maya.
Thank you all. Thank you very much for having us today. It's really an honor, especially, it's such a great cause to contribute to. I hope that you all had a chance to stop by our table today. If not, we would love to help you in our boutique in Rockefeller Center. We provided some of you with the fragrance profiling certificates. So please stop by. It's a really fun boutique. We're from London. We're 146 years old. We're exclusive to the royal family. It's kind of like a touch of something beautiful. We would be so happy to see you. It was a really pleasure meeting you all today. Hope you enjoyed the fragrance and the basket. Thank you very much, and you'll have a blessed evening.
Okay, so who has on a silk scarf with a fragrance? Let me raise your hand. Now everybody ought to have on a silk scarf with a fragrance, because you're supposed to be sipping and smelling. Kyle, you don't have one on? Oh my goodness. Okay, now, Miles, come on over here. Now Miles and I met, at the Schaumburg when he was 5, and now he's 12. Now, Miles' job is to introduce his mommy. So go ahead on, Miles, introduce your mommy.
Hi, Mom. Stand up, please. You here? All right, Mom. Give Mom a round of applause.
Okay, now, Miles is now 12, and I met him when he was 5. So this hair is just fabulous. Look at this hair. Oh my goodness gracious. You're so beautiful. So, ladies and gentlemen, I have been raising money for a few years, and if it was not for the kind care and attention of several people in the room, one is Patricia Lewis. Patricia Lewis, well, you don't mind standing up, honey? Hello, Pat. That's Patricia Lewis. And this is my business partner, Kyle Forbes. Kyle, you say a word or two.
First and foremost, I'm so happy to see everyone in the room. We want to thank you, Inquest International, Blueprint Financial, two firms that help each other in regards to nonprofit organizations, especially in regards to fundraising. The people in this room represent the survivors as well as the people who have blazed the trail in their honor. We want to say thank you for coming out. More importantly, thank you for supporting the event. Thank you for the sponsors. Thank you for the friends. Once and for all, gun violence is something that we're going to have to take a good long look at. Now is the time. This is the event. This is the people. We know who has been affected. Thank you.
Okay. Last but not least, last August in Indianapolis, Indiana, my son was murdered. He was 27 years old. He was my only son. So when I tell you that this is a labor of love, that I volunteer for this organization, I do. Now, I need you all to do one of three things. It's real simple. You're either going to give your time to Silent Cry, you're going to give your time, or you're going to give your talent, and lastly, thank God, you're going to give your treasure. So one of three things. Now, Shawana, where are you, honey? Shawana, come on up here. Shawana, just stand up. Kareem, come right here. So these are the two people you are going to direct those three things to. Your time, your talent, or your treasure. Thank you so very much.
All right, we are wrapping up this night, but we have some entertainment and two more speakers, and we are wrapping this up. But I want to say this, guys. We are having a retreat in about 2 or 3 months. So again, for the families who want to sign up, my daughter's in the back, her name is Kadera. You can sign up to be a part of this retreat. We're going to be going for 3-4 days. So again, you want to be a part of the planning committee, go to the back and sign up and be part of this volunteer team. Pretty good. Where you at? Pretty good? Pretty good. You ready? Pretty good?
I have a lot of family. I have not a lot of people in my family that had to go through a lot of violence because I got a big family. But I had a lot of friends that passed away from gun violence. So I was going to read a couple of names for y'all. I wrote down 20 numbers just with no names because I know it's a lot of people that passed away. B-Dogs, Feast of Dawn, Cadell Robinson, Poppy, Pow Wow, Kenny Wolf from Wolf Style Clothing, Pepper Brother, Akeem Green, Scotty, Lil Scotty, Paul Green, Donnell Rich Porter, my friend Omar, Big L, Zay Jenkins, Weedy Bird, C. Gutter, Olivia, Nicolette's sister, White Will Father, Mr. Sylvester, Connie Bernardez, Vaughn Drew, Sleep Frost, Mike McCrae, my man Lil Snoop, Conrad, Nose Bone, and the guy that you know that played Romeo on Steve Harvey. These are all my friends, people that was close to me that passed away. So what I did is, when I think about people passing away, I celebrate their life. And the only way I know how to celebrate is dance. I can't sing too much. So I put together a dance song with dance moves from back in the days all the way up to now, mixed together into one dance. We're gonna turn this into an exercise song. DJ, when you put this song on, turn it up. So if you know how to pop lock, you know how to pop lock.
Turn it up, hey.
Yeah.
Turn it up.
Come on.
Turn it up.
We're gonna get that DJ one more time. Yo, ready? DJ.
Turn it up.
Come on. DJ, put that back one time. We're gonna do this the right way.
One time.
Ready? DJ. Yo, man. Y'all ready? Are y'all ready to dance?
Y'all ready to dance?
Yo, Q, you better get up here and dance. Do y'all know how to dance? Yo, Miles, come up here and dance. Anybody know how to dance? Come up here and dance. Pop, lock, tone, wop. Do the bump, do the shake. On Jackie, crisscross. Yo, DJ, turn it on. Ready? DJ, turn it loud as you can, DJ. I'm ready. Come on. I said, pretty. Whoa, technical difficulties don't matter. We're going to do this the right way. Bear with us.
You ready, DJ? There you go. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up.
And grab somebody. I wanna see what you can do Come on, I wanna see what you got. Everybody hit the floor. Show me what you came here for. I wanna see if you can move. Come on, I wanna see if you can dance. Come on, everybody get it poppin'. Come on, boogie or something. Come on, rockin'. No break dancing, no pop lockin'. Pop lock droppin', ain't so whoppin'. Shorty retro so she do the whopping. Let's go. ATL shorty leaning and rocking. She like to carry with it, get happy with it. Chicken noodle soup, get it on Jackie with it. Mom, I just wanna see you walking out. Meet me at the bar, ain't nothing else to talk about. Let's go. Mom, you make my shoulder lean when you jumping like a nice girl. So lean girl, so free. Get it crumb, crisscross, make it jump. Freestyle, child, do what you want. Let's go. You ain't never too smooth to get your two-step, boy. Get a left and slide to use that, bro. Turn it up, put your hands up, put your hands up. Let's go. I wanna see what you can do. Come on, but I wanna see what you can do. Come on, show me. Hey, I wanna see if you can move. Look, I wanna see if you can move. Everybody hit the floor, do the dope fresh as soon as you hit the door. Jump back, kiss yourself, then give me some more. Show the boys what you came here for. Do it all by yourself, but if it look like she need help, come on, dance. Everybody do something. I don't wanna see nobody doing nothing. Do the bump, do the shake, you can bump and grind. I like the way shorty do the round the butterfly. And when she tootsie roll, and she use the pole, like she ever makes she lose control. Come on, dance. In the church, let's dance. Put your hands up. If you lost a lot, boy, come on. Put your hands up. I said, put your hands up. Everybody in the party hit the floor and grab somebody. Everybody in the party hit the floor and grab somebody. I wanna see what you can do. Come on, shorty, come out here. Everybody hit the floor. Show me what you can do. I wanna see. Let's go, Brady. Let's go. You can fall in the river, then do the boat. Let me show you like this. Come on, kid, I don't play out. Do the robot like hey. But the matrix and heel toe, I can't do it. But that don't mean that I can't do it, big left. Get it poppin', front, get it poppin'. Shorty ass me, I learned. Get it poppin'. Do the running man, then she running right back. I don't understand how she tick-tock like a clock like that. Make the bus stop look hot like that. Young shot like that now. Hit it with the soldier, tell her turn around, do the brown, super soaker, out beat. Do the twist, do the snake, you can't do it like this, really do it like this. Everybody, the floor and grab somebody. I wanna see what you can do. Yeah, let's go. Everybody hit the floor, show me what you came here for. I wanna see if you can move. Come on, pretty good music. Give it up. WAPW. We are proud, man. My squad. Thank you. Thank you, Kareem Swan.
Peace and blessings, though.
Kareem, you've been dancing, Kareem.
Today, the basket's only a token of our appreciation to our families. Everybody, can I get silence real quick, please? Dealing with loss is not easy. Some people can get through it and move on. Some people are stuck like 3 days was just yesterday, or 3 years was just yesterday. This is a movement to help people get through their pain. I lost my father at a young age. And I didn't know why I was so angry and getting into trouble and doing things, but I know it affected me. So again, this is only a small token of our honor to you and your family, to understand that what you guys are going through and that we are here for you. You're not by yourself. And again, the devil tried to stop us today. He tried everything. But we are here. We had some tears. We smiled. We learned. We met people we haven't seen or known ever in our life. This is why God created this day, for us to be happy and grateful that we are still here. So Shawana's going to say a few words, and we're going to give out the baskets.
I'm sorry I disrupted the service because I see people had to go and I really felt bad because I really wanted to do their basket so people could see them. But I wanted to make sure that people got pictures in of their families. I think pictures are important. I think flowers are important. I think we should give them to people while they can smell them. So to do baskets. Everybody that is being honored, could you come to the front right here? Derek, Shanduk, are you still here? Okay. Everybody that's being honored that's still here, can you come to the front, please?
I no longer felt alive. Like this beautiful sunset, I'm trying real hard to get a grip and be grateful for what we had. Ooh, it's so bittersweet. God chose you to come to earth through me. You brought so much love. You brought so much light and happiness. Which is no longer on earth. My days are dark, sad, and sometimes it's so hard to see. So hard to see. Since you left me. If heaven paid with streets of gold, does unending milk and honey flow? Will you be the one to usher me in when my time here on earth will end? Never in my wildest dream, your mom would think you'd leave earth before me. The empty nest, painfully empty, but thinking of you brings happy memories. I waited 9 months for you. Now it's your turn to wait for me. And together in heaven with God, we will live through all. I hope you'll push me. We love you, God. We miss you. Please tell all loved ones and friends and extended family I will be happy and with God's permission, so that your soul will soar in eyes on us. Till we meet again. Love you.
About to be reorganized and restructured, where we not just dealing with brothers and sisters and mothers and fathers that's dealing with people that lost their family through gun violence. We dealing with every aspect of it. We dealing with people that's dealing with people that's suffering from drug addiction. Most importantly, a lot of our people, last year in Harlem alone, we lost over 600 people from overdoses. So somebody was crying in their house behind that. So Silent Cry is about to be so big and so prolific. And I just think everybody that was out here today to support this, right? One of the things I want to say, I want to shout out my little sister Shawana with the vision and the energy and the courage. It took courage for her to stand out on her own and move forward like that. And I support that. I support courage. Everybody here support courage. First and foremost, I'm a founder of the Best.SOS, Save Our Streets, with my big brother Derek that's right there. Like we about this for real. We about saving this community for real. We about saving all communities. I'm not gonna take too much time because the mic got shut off. I want this sister right here and this brother right here to talk about what they lost and their feelings. But keep in mind that Silent Cry is just not about somebody that lost somebody from gun violence. Silent Cry could be anything. You got women and men in their home being abused by their spouse, kids being abused. That's a lot of silent cry. We got kids that's going to school, that's dealing with things that they can't deal with, they silently crying. This organization is about to take this thing to a whole nother level, with a whole nother corporate level, and I'm a businessman. Love y'all.
How y'all doing? All I ask is like that y'all give me on my sister who I'm about to put on, Delwana, a little bit of respect, and can y'all keep it down just a little bit, because she's about to give a piece of what she lost, just like everybody else that lost somebody in this building. Like, can y'all honor that and just like kind of like tone it down just a little bit so she can get this off her chest? You understood?
Hello, everyone.
Take your time too.
One bullet changed my life in 2014. One bullet. I'm not from Harlem. I'm actually from Paterson, New Jersey. My oldest son walked out of a store on his way home and lost his life. Actually, today, 3 years ago, I came home from work and he was standing in the living room getting dressed like he would on his weekend off. And me being a mother, I'm fussing because he's making a mess and he's doing all kind of stuff that mothers just don't like in the middle of their living room. Who would have thought that the last time he walked out the door saying, "See you later, mommy, and I love you," that it would be 3 years ago today, the last time I saw him. The ironic part is when Jay told me to come up, I looked at the time, and it was the exact time that he walked out the door 3 years ago today. I've been beating myself up all day because I said, I've been going out into the streets for the past 3 years, 2.5, and today for some reason, I kind of beat myself up a little bit because I didn't understand why I was so beat up. I didn't understand why God put the pressure he put on me to be here today. When I walked in this room and I seen this crowd, I kept saying to myself, I can't. My son's name was Jalik L. Burrows. We called him Juice. He had a saying, not up in here. I sat at that table with my friends and family trying to eat my food, and I couldn't. And the first thing popped into my head was, Mommy, not up in here. I say that to say this. 3 years, 3 months, 3 days, 3 hours. This is what it looks like. My son never bothered anybody. He was actually the young man that if he knew of any violence going on, he would boldly get in the middle and cut it short. Let's not do this, guys. Let's keep it moving. If it's at a party, let's party and keep it going. When I say this is what it looks like, he passed away in 2014, and in August of 2014 through December of 2014, when they arrested the young man that took his life, I was going through the motions of life thinking, I was okay. they got him, I could live. And then in 2015, for 365 days, I went through that entire year thinking I was okay. But little did I know the things that God was preparing me for was about to happen. In 2015, I went to work every day. I'm a retail store manager. I went to work every day. I never missed a day. Nobody understood why is this girl going to work. Everybody else that loses a child, my firstborn, of course, falls down. She's working every day. For the first time in my 20-year career, at that time, I bonused every single quarter. I went to work, I came home. I went to work, I came home. I laid on a couch. My son who lived with me at the time, which is my youngest son, never saw me cry. But when they would walk out that door, I would cry myself silly. Why? He wasn't in a gang. He never sold a drug a day in his life. Why? And some people say don't question God, but sometimes you have to question God. You have to ask God the questions that you need the answers to. Right. And I sat on that couch and I said, God, why? He never bothered me. Why? He didn't walk the streets. Why? He was on his way back to school in 2 years to do aviation mechanic. Why? He was about to get married. Why? For that entire year, I did that every single day. December 26th of 2015, a classmate of mine lost her son at a party, and he was standing next to somebody that he was friends with. He lost his life. 2 days after that, a young lady I grew up with lost her daughter. They walked into a bar and just shot her and walked out. And I cried like 2014 happened again. New Year's Eve 2015. I said, God, I need to be off this couch. I'm done asking why. Just show me what. Show me what I need to do now. And I promise you, if you get me off this couch, I'll make it work. January of 2016, I can't see her right now because she's about 5 seconds short. My baby sister and I had a conversation, and I'm gonna try to get through this without crying. For my birthday, I always wanted just, as most of us do, just have a good time. But I kept saying, I promise God, get me off this couch, I'll make it worth your while. So I had a conversation with her, and I had a conversation with a couple of other friends, and I said to them, we need to do something. They need to see what this looks like. So I got a room full of people just like yourselves, and everybody had an answer. We need to do this, we need to do that, we need to do this. There's a reason for this, there's a reason for that. At the end of that night, we wound up with about 8 people who we called ourselves the village. And I kept hearing that tonight, and I was like, okay, God. We called ourselves the village because it takes a village to raise a child. It takes a community of villagers to talk to these kids the way they know how to be talked to. I'm old school. I may look young, but that son that passed away would have been 30 this past May. Look at God. I have a 26-year-old son that just the other day I had to apologize to because I'm still in fear of him walking out the door because like his brother, he doesn't bother anybody. So if I walk out my room and I don't see him, I panic. But when we started this organization, initially I was like, okay, you won't get me on this side. I'm gonna be the background. I'm never gonna open my mouth. I'm gonna tell my story to my sister who knew it. I'm gonna tell my story to my other members who knew it, and they're gonna tell it. And the brother that couldn't be here with me tonight looked at me and said, that's your story. You tell it. Let the community see what you look like. So like how I was trying to control my tears right now, sometimes people just need to see those tears, because here we are 3 years later and I still don't have my son. But one thing I can tell you guys is that that they did arrest the young men that took him in last month, June. They were convicted in February, and in June, they were sentenced. And for 3 years, I had to go to court and I had to look at families that looked at me like my son took theirs. I had to deal with the fact that the mother had no empathy for me. She didn't care that I was sitting just a pew away from her, crying because I lost my son. She was mad because her son pulled the trigger at me. I come out to say, whatever you guys are doing, continue to do it. Whatever you guys need, yes, I'm in Patterson, but I come to Harlem like I live around the corner. So whatever you guys may need from me, whatever is in my means, please do it. One more thing. This is my baby sister. I'm one of 3. I'm the oldest of 3. Her and my son were only 3 years apart. When I say this young lady was my backbone for the last 3 years, thank you. I'll end by saying this. I never thought that I would be one standing on the side of the mic. But I thank God that he got me off that couch. And although I don't have my son physically, he's in my head, he's in my heart. And Lamar, I wanted to say, I pray that I made you proud tonight, because this one was gonna be hard for me. On the day that I lost you, I'm standing here amongst people just like Mama. Thank you for 27 years. Thank God for giving me him for 27 years. Thank you.
Okay. In honor of all those who have a basket, can you just come up here and say who your basket is in honor of? Just say the name. That's all I want.
Tiara Pollo.
Tiara. Say it one more time.
Tiara Pollo.
God bless you, sis. Come on now.
Shawana.
Andrew Kears.
One more time.
Andrew Kears.
Thank you.
Chanel McKinney and Carl McKinney.
Chanel McKinney, Carl McKinney. Anybody else that has a basket that would like to say the name of the person that the basket is in honor of?
Frank Smith.
Frank Smith.
Jarvis Falconer.
Jarvis Falconer. Gotcha.
Justin Holland.
Justin Holland.
David Jermaine Williams.
David Jermaine Williams. His son, David Jermaine Williams. Sis?
My brother Ronald Chapman.
Ronald Chapman. All right. Can everybody be still for just 1 minute while we close this program? All I want is stillness and quiet for 1 minute. Let's bring it down. Okay. Shawana and Kareem, we thank you for bringing us together. We appreciate the work that you're putting into what it is you're doing. And in this moment, if anybody knows the serenity prayer, I'd like for you to join me. Because this can be a powerful thing if we do it together. Are we ready? Yes. If you don't know it, just follow me. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference.